fans of Social Snowball for many, many years. So real quick, Hawke Media does all things digital, paid social, paid search, Amazon, affiliate, creative services, PR, you name it. Hawke does it. We've done about 20 acquisitions over the last couple of years to help grow the company. My little fiefdom, my little world within Hawke is affiliate marketing, which includes traditional affiliate marketing, TikTok Shop affiliate, Amazon affiliate, and what we call creator affiliate, which is via Social Snowball. Then we also do influencer marketing, and then we do social media management on behalf of our clients. We do the strategy, posting, etc. Ali has been with me for over 4 years. Ali is one of what I think the rare individuals who can actually do all of these different services that we have. So she has clients in influencer, social media, affiliate, across the board. So she is perfect person to be having this conversation with. So Ali, say hello.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. I lead social influencer affiliate TikTok shop across all brands. I feel like brands come to us at different stages. Some are launching TikTok shop from scratch. Some have really big built up affiliate programs. Some need stronger programs. Some have great content, but need paths to conversion. So we kind of help build all of those and help them link all their channels together and paid.
Great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. So I think, for this quick discussion, and we don't have a lot of time, so we're going to rush through this, is just to kind of define or talk a little bit about what the difference is between influencer, affiliate, and paid media, how they kind of overlap, intersect, and how they differ. So maybe you could share some of your thoughts on that.
Yeah. So I would explain them as different roles in the same system. Affiliate is a means of driving traffic and sales to a brand on a commission basis. Influencer is best for the storytelling, the education, and obviously content creation and getting trust from an audience that isn't the brand, as well as growing a brand's social media presence along with their organic social, and creating those whitelist opportunities. Paid media can fall into paid social and search ads, as well as the influencer and affiliate channels. So there's a lot of different paid things you can do in each channel. On the affiliate side, there's pay to play opportunities with various publisher types. On the influencer side, you can pay for influencers. It's pay to play as well. And there is such a growing overlap between affiliate and influencer, which is where a great platform like Social Snowball comes into play. And that's what we've been trying to incorporate into brands to not look at them individually anymore, but all together as kind of one strategy that works separate. I think the mistake is expecting every creator to have that direct response in their channel to day one, or instead of lapping creators over all channels and keeping them to one channel. Those creators can be valuable in so many different ways. And a lot of brands miss that because they're only focused on one thing or one channel. I can't tell you how many times brands have come to us with one goal in mind or one channel in mind. And creators are valuable for different reasons. Some create strong assets, some move product, some bring credibility into a niche, and all of those need to be really looked at together. I think the old model was you send product, you get a post, and you hope it performs. And that's not how it is anymore. They really can't be managed in separate bubbles. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's also interesting as we have like these different ecosystems, right? Like if you have a Shopify or D2C store versus Amazon versus TikTok Shop, they are all separate. And then there's different platforms and tools for each. To your point, they overlap a lot, they intersect a lot. With traditional affiliate, typically we would advise a client to not be on more than one network,
Yeah.
right? And when we talk about traditional affiliates, like more expansive coupon, card linked offers, cashback, bottom of funnel, all the big publishers on top. So I would never encourage a brand to be on, Impact and Awin and CJ. I think that's a recipe for disaster. But overlaying some of these other platforms like a Social Snowball or like a Levanta when it comes to Amazon, I think are super important and they can work. They can work well together. So yeah, well, and really focusing on TikTok Shop for a minute because I know that's been a big part of our growth. We actually just launched a live studio in our offices here in Santa Monica. If anyone's looking to do TikTok Shop live, but yeah, just maybe talk a little bit about TikTok Shop and how it kind of checks off a bunch of these boxes and kind of fits in because I feel like it's affiliate, it is also influencer, and then there are also paid opportunities to put behind it, which is one of the reasons I love it for certain brands.
Yeah, it really has like collapsed the difference between influencer affiliate conversions and all of that. A creator can do everything in platform, so they can request the sample, post the content, tag the product, and check out right there without sending anyone off the platform, which is huge. I mean, I know Instagram used to kind of do this, but we never saw conversions from it. I know nobody else was. It was rare if you did. But I think the biggest thing is it's not some magic switch. I think brands think they get on TikTok Shop and they open the gates and they're like, oh my gosh, we're going to make so much money. A lot of brands expect to see sales immediately. It's really not like that. It's not realistic in the first few weeks or even first few months. But that early traction is so important, building it up. It'll just look like, sample requests and product clicks and add to carts before it turns into the consistent GMV. But that foundation really matters. You want clean product listings. You need available samples. I think a lot of brands go into it, limiting their samples or anything. And I think a lot of brands just want to work with the biggest creators. And on TikTok Shop, it's really not the biggest creator. The best affiliates aren't the biggest creators. And honestly, from every video I've seen that has blown up and done well on TikTok Shop, it's a smaller creator. And I think TikTok Shop works best when brands treat it as both a sales channel, but also a content engine. Because if anyone else sees your videos anywhere else and they search you on TikTok, you need the quantity of TikTok videos there. Like the social rep really helps nowadays. And I mean, yes, you could pay thousands of dollars to get the biggest TikTok Shop affiliate to post you, but that'll only give you that short blimp of like a bubble. You really need, like, it's not quantity over quality, but it kind of is, where you need that quantity on TikTok Shop. And I think that's the most important thing brands don't understand going into it. So it is really important in all foundations.
Yeah, and I think from my perch, get it, Hawk perch. From my perch, I'm not
Okay.
involved. I'm not involved day to day. I'm not pushing the buttons. But when I hear of issues or when I'm talking to new clients, there's always a conflict of, well, how much product do I need to ship? Right. We've brought on clients that have had agencies that encourage them to ship out thousands of units a month and have resulted in very little sales. So we typically take a bit more of a strategic, slow growth approach to the gifting. On the flip side, then we have clients that are super precious about giving product out, right? Which to me is crazy. Like if you have a skincare product, it's $100. Your cost of goods are maybe $10. If you can get people to be posting, creating content for you that could potentially go viral and also overall help your shop, to me is a no-brainer. But that's easy for me to say. It's not my money. So brands I notice are very precious about the gifting, but also, and I think someone I can kind of see the chat, but I'm trying to pay attention to Ali. Is also who the quality of the creators, right? The nature of TikTok is, hand device, crappy. It's not professionally done. It's not very slick, but it works, right? That's what people like. That's why people are on TikTok. So sometimes brands can be too precious on the gifting and on who they approve, and that obviously inhibits the growth quite a bit. So, all right, cool. I'm sure there'll be more questions on TikTok Shop. Um, and this kind of goes into what I was saying, like what are the mistakes that we see brands making, right? Not gifting, being too picky, not putting GMV ad dollars behind it. Like where do you see brands falling short?
Yeah, I think, well, like I said, the biggest mistake is treating influencer affiliate like a quick sales lever instead of a bigger system. I think a lot of brands want immediate revenue before they have enough content volume. Another mistake is separating their teams too much. And I see this a lot. If influencer, affiliate, your organic social, and paid are not sharing learnings or at least talking to each other, I feel like the brand keeps starting from scratch and they're like, why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? All of those really work together nowadays. I also think brands over control creators a lot. If every post sounds like they're reading a script or it's just super, monotone or reading from a script, it loses the reason the creator is valuable. I think a lot of times, like the videos that I've seen do well, again, is like a video where we're like, huh, okay. And it's like that content is so organic to that person's channel. And that's why people watch their videos and follow them. So if it doesn't feel like them, it's just going to feel like they're being sold something. And creators will move on if the program feels too hard to work with. Like if they're getting too many rules or anything like that, creators will just move on. So I think the one thing brands should do is like ask themselves, are we bringing in the right creators? Do creators have a reason to keep posting past that initial TikTok shop or whatever influencer video they have to make? You kind of want them to keep posting, like incentive programs or anything like that. Like keep them in the loop and not just a one-time deal. And figure out what content is the best content you're using, looking for signs and like what content's doing well and then amplifying it with paid media. Are your teams sharing learnings? So yeah, I think that kind of answers everything.
Yeah, no, and obviously having a healthy shop is super important. And last point, and looks like Marty's about to cut us off. I'm going to hear the music playing soon. Uh, is you when you pay someone to do something, you can control what they do. When they're working on a commission basis, you have
Yeah.
less control, right? So you kind of got a brand needs to let that go a little bit, right? We still want to provide guidelines and bullet points, but unless you're paying them, they're going to do what they want to do. So thank you very much, Ali.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are getting some questions in the chat. So somebody asked, some creators said that they prefer to come up with their own style of video. That's why you're hiring them. Otherwise, hire an actor to play a role. How do we feel about this?
Yeah, 100%. And I think I push it into my brands so hard because I'm like, I know you have like a certain vision how you want the video to work, but you have to let them do their thing sometimes, especially creators. And if you really want the scripted content for like an ad or something, hire someone specifically for that. But if you're just putting influencer content out there, it has to feel organic or it's not going to hit.
And there's another interesting question. I guess that both of you can tackle this. Somebody said, what is the value of discount links versus working with a TikTok shop affiliate? Can they work together? Can they ever? What do you guys think?
Discount links on TikTok shop?
Yeah, versus just working with a TikTok shop affiliate.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it definitely works. I mean, I think that's the biggest incentive in TikTok shop is like when you give creators a discount link, or if you just do discount products and have creators make videos on the discounted products, it really helps because TikTok shop's really good about giving that pop-up and everything. So yeah, definitely they work together. And also I've seen a lot of brands that run platforms like they have TikTok shop link, but they're also like, we also sell at Walmart. We also sell it here. So I think while you're linking to TikTok shop, you could also promote like other discount codes or other places to buy as well. They kind of all work together instead of having them compete against each other.
I love that. See, it's not either or, it's both. And then we got I think this works for a last question because it's a big question, but just top level highlights from you. What strategies would you recommend for Instagram or Facebook?
I would say Facebook's a little tougher because you usually have a bigger or older audience. But I definitely think like the strategy needs to be different. I think you can't do the whole thing where you just repost to Facebook or repost to Instagram now. Like Instagram is such a niche audience. Facebook is such a different niche audience. So I think you could use the same post, but just changing a little bit of like what you're saying or how the post looks. Like, for example, like Reels on Instagram do well. Reels on Facebook, they sometimes do well, but like you should create posts in it too. So just changing based on like your audience, Instagram's younger, Facebook's older, things like that.
Yeah, and I think also with any of the Meta and TikTok to some degree, there's a halo effect, right? Like you may not see the sales here, right? The discovery is occurring, but people may go, depending, when I think of toiletry, skincare products, that's like Amazon generally, not always, definitely not in skincare. But yeah, it's hard to measure, almost impossible to measure. But when talking to a brand, it's important that they understand that there are other benefits outside of just the sales. Because as a performance channel, which affiliate is, that's the expectation. I'm going to get sales. All I have to do is pay commissions. So
yeah, I can't tell you how many
times
we've seen a TikTok shop product and then it blows up and then Amazon blows up too. It's like they all scale the same.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. Don't give up on a channel too early because you don't know the actual effect. Because I know for folks, especially the older folks on TikTok, their behavior is a little different than Gen Z and younger. They use it as a search tool, and then they go complete their purchase at a D2C site. They're still responsible for that purchase. It still came from TikTok and TikTok influence ads, but they completed the conversion elsewhere. Mark, Ali, thank you so much. Where can people find you if they have more questions for you or the team at Hawke Media?
We're both on LinkedIn. You could email, I don't know where you would put my email or Ali's email.
I'll put them in the chat for us.
We'll put them in the chat.
Yeah, feel free to email us, reach out. Always happy to do audits, answer questions. My favorite part of my job is talking to brands and strategizing and figuring out which piece of these puzzles work well together. So I'm happy to chat with just about anybody, even if you're just a tire kicker.
Same.
Yeah. Thank you so much, you guys. And definitely run, don't walk to talk to Hawke Media. They touch on everything. They can even tell you what other parts of your marketing strategy are not working and are actually hampering your influencer and social strategy. Mark, Ali, thank you guys so much.